Hi, I'm Pete Cater. Welcome to the fourth and final part of our series talking about the role of the big band drummer. Now, in previous editions, we've looked at the drum set, getting the right kind of sound. We've talked about elements of timekeeping, phrasing, and filling. Now, in the final part, it's solo time. Now, a drum solo in the big band setting could be anything from a little 4-bar break right up to an open-ended, sky's the limit, take it where you want it. And I'm going to talk about how we might approach soloing. Let's just play a mixture of swung eighth notes and triplets over 4 bars so you can get a feel for what I'm talking about. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Moving on, I'm now going to play a little sequence of solo phrases, and there's something wrong with them. I'm not going to tell you what it is now. I'm going to play, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm doing wrong. 2, 3, 4. The problem with that is it's just fitting in the bars a little bit too evenly. So what we can do is we can do something a little bit more syncopated. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a really, really simple 3-beat phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. So rather than everything falling right on the 1 every time, the phrase is moving through the bar line and it's syncopated. I'll speed that up ever so slightly. 1, 2, 1, 2. This can really help you come up with stickings that you can put over these rhythms. It's a concept I call rhythmic rudiments. Here's our 3-beat phrase, and if you look at it, here it is really slowly. Watch my hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I'm actually doing is I'm playing double strokes. But I'm stretching and compressing the double strokes so they fit over the swung eighth note and triplet rhythm. Here it is a little bit faster. So you can take knowledge that you already have, like a simple rudiment, like a paradiddle, and just apply it in this rhythmic kind of way. And it will help you come up with some really interesting solo ideas. When I think about the great big band drum soloists of the past, one of the first names that comes to mind is, of course, Krupa. Krupa was a huge star, and a lot of his solos had this characteristic floor tom foundation in them. They used to call that jungle music, jungle style drumming back then, so there's nothing new under the sun. What I like to do is integrate the bass drum into the patterns my hands are making. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. speed it up a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we have some classic Krupa style floor tom ideas, but I'm using the bass drum in what would be commonly referred to as a linear fashion today, rather than just playing the quarter note ostinato all the way through. I'm doing using the bass drum like a third hand. What I like to think I'm doing there is I'm taking some really old school ideas and I'm putting a modern twist on them. If you want to get good at moving around the drums, when you're practicing rudiments and stickings or what have you, rather than just sitting with a practice pad, why not take them really slowly and just experiment with some orchestrations? And I'm going to do a very simple sticking. It's just an inverted paradiddle. So it's right, left, left, right, left, right. And I'm just going to very slowly move it freely between the snare drum and the toms. I'm going to do this in 16th note subdivision, so it's 1 E ender, 2 E ender, 3 E ender, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm using the same sticking all the time, but I'm just looking at different tonal permutations. A lot of times when I see young students, they may have really good hand technique and play very well on the snare drum. But when they start moving around the drums, a lot of that facility gets lost. So you can really help yourselves along developing your control over the toms, the cymbals, wherever, by taking material, for example, pages 5, 6, and 7 of the stick control book, and instead of just playing them as like practice pad exercises, doing what I just did then, and experimenting with different orchestrations around the drums. It's a lot of fun to do, and in no time at all, you'll find yourself developing really, really much better solo facility around the drums. Bear in mind also the importance of rhythmic figures, as we were talking about earlier, and you'll be well on your way to being a really convincing drum soloist.